I think what's okay. Here's my best guess what's happened in my brain. Here's what's happened in my brain. I from the beginning started guessing the officers, and I marked this guy. I marked this guy as the first mate. I marked this guy as the first mate, and how did I completely ignore that Abigail yells for Martin, who I had not marked there? Maybe I have changed these around or something, but I don't know. He yells for Martin but mentions her brother. That's probably it. That twisted my brain. I think I have some sort of dyslexia or something. And also, I did... Okay, now I now connect the dots, but again, don't put anything in the chat. I saw it there in the chat. I think it was Scape. You said something about the hats. It makes sense now, but don't post anything like that, please. At some point I thought about the hats, that these guys have hats sideways and the others have them front. It now makes sense. This is the captain, this is the first mate sideways, the second, third, fourth this way. It makes sense now, but again, I saw that there in the chat. I ignored it. But I remember talking about the hats myself in the very beginning. But it's very obvious now that this is the captain, this is the first mate, because they have the hats like that, but I just didn't get it back then. I just didn't get it back then. But yeah, I think I got my... Let me look at back that again myself. I think I got my brain twisted because of the... No, I don't know. This is... I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. He yells for that guy, "Hey, where is the captain? I want my husband." So obviously that guy is not her husband. Why am I so fucking dumb? Oh, okay. Moving on. Moving on, but Jesus Christ, that was dumb. Okay. That clears things. This is the fourth mate steward. This is the third mate steward. Because they were walking, I was like, huh, because I had identified, I had identified first, no, I had identified, was it so that I had identified first mate steward? Yeah, I had identified this guy. So then I was, why is this one continuously with this guy? And never with the first mate steward. Wait a minute. So that makes... Wait a minute, the steward Ship steward and third mate steward. So this is the third mate steward, of course, then. And you get killed later, and that makes this guy the ship steward. And I kind of took that this is the guy who looks most like India, from India. So I kind of almost nailed him based on that. This will be confirmed. This will be confirmed. If I just get one more. The alive ones I have to think about a bit, like where do they go? Now that you solved this, I think I can say you were at unfair advantage as a non-native English speaker. The reason William was classed as easy was because of his Scottish accent. Yeah, I was like the English, Irish, Wales, Scottish, like there's because there's those, and there were like only one Scottish, only one Irish, but it's just like, I don't know. So I kind of knew that it has to be somehow significant because it's. But yeah, this. Yeah, that is amazing. Okay. This guy's alive somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know where. I have to think about those. If I get alives right, that would probably get quite a lot of things. But I don't think you kill anyone. I don't think you kill anyone either. William did come out of his own cabin. That is true. Fuck. He actually did come out of... Yeah, he did come out of the first mate's cabin where I started this stream. And I was like, oh, why are you coming out of the wrong cabin? Amazing. Amazing. Because I was so locked. I was so locked in figuring out who the third and fourth mate is that I was like, just like, the first mate is done. First mate is absolutely 100% guaranteed right. No. Yeah, that was exactly as I was explaining. Like you get blind. You get blind to the mistakes, and then I saw the margin and click. And also that I shot your brother, and yeah. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Now comes now kind of that was the thing I set myself in doing. Was there anything when this guy jumped down from here? There's probably nothing here. The captain just kills him. Yeah, there's like nothing I can't. There's no dialogue. think actually. All right, just a second. I will actually order food, and when it arrives, I will take a break. Un momento. What will we eat today? Pineapple fried rice. Okay, I think it is pizza time. Pizza time, pizza time. Sure. Ham, shrimps, blue cheese, pineapples. Solving first, fourth mate deserves a pizza reward. Yeah, that's I deserve many things for that. Okay, so that should be. That will take a while, so I will have a break when the pizza arrives. That's probably like half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on what how many orders they have. Let's switch to a different angle. Speaking of the Scottish things. Right, if I could figure out yeah, and third mate's actually he's unknown. Something probably happens because there's not even a selection for him what happens, because something happens to him probably in the bargain phase. So if I could figure out where they are alive, that would actually tick a lot of boxes. And if I get one. Yeah, and this guy also, probably something happens in the bargain because I can't do anything about him. But this would be confirmed correct. Oh, it is actually locked the name. Interesting. No, it's locked the name because I'm here in the... But that would be confirmed if I get something right. Same thing with this one. One of the top men is Scottish. I think, yeah, this is my geography is kind of also throwing my brain to overdrive. I think a person with this name from New Guinea would be black, so I can probably identify him based on that. Same thing with this guy from Sierra Leone. He's probably black as well. So there's this one who's black, who I almost put him as... I did put him as that Mappa person, but I think he's actually a seaman, which would make him this one. So I will go with that. that should confirm it if that's correct, so I can't really say if that's so, but on the other hand, you could be from those places and not be black. There is that as well. And also this guy, I'm like almost certain that he's either the Scottish guy or the English guy of the top men. I was kind of putting this guy based on the tattoos. I was putting him as the person guy. I think I will actually go with that again. I think that's at least that's just not confirming it. But I did do that based on the tattoos. On the other hand, this guy has the head wrap. But would it really place it as 3 triangles if it just put him as person based on that? Okay, so I can't be sure about that. This guy is marked as 1 triangle. I should probably start logging out the seamen like that. So why are you easy to identify? He's here in this scene. He's in this scene next to the... So I have continuously thought that these guys are the Indian fellas because he's next to them. Next to these guys. So would he be from India actually? Or is it just there next to them? I could go look for that. Same as the other fellow, some lung disease. They must have picked it up at the Lascar house. Okay. I haven't done this, but I have to check that is that a word or is that a place? Does Lascar mean something? Because I can't know what that is. Okay, it actually does tell me that's okay. So it is a Indian. Yeah, it's like a direct translation of that word. Like, I kinda knew that he was Indian anyway. Kinda knew that already. Am I certain that he's a seaman? One thing. One thing that I thought about. So it is this guy, right? Yeah, it's this guy who dies first. I am not sure if it is a thing, but as I was trying to identify these ones, they're I think there were so wait a minute, this guy is we are at the gun deck. Okay, is there something related to this on the map? Gun deck. No, not really. No, but we are not in the gun deck, we are on this one. Crew. Passengers. So, wait a minute, that guy's... Wait, you are wearing some sort of robe, but that's just an Indian robe, right? No, wait. Yeah, you are the Russian guy. I know you are. I know you are Russian. You are Russian. Okay, but I just don't know which is which. But what's up? I was thinking about. Let me actually see. Can I? Is there? Am I just going crazy? So I remember in some scene seeing numbers on those because I have been thinking that is this just number order, like is this just numbers or does this have some significance? Is it just a row number? Because I remember seeing tags in those hammocks. I wasn't really thinking about it much because I was just no, but this was different, right? Yeah, this is different actually. So I know he's one of the Indian guys, but I don't know which. How can I know which he is? Apart from that fact that his name is William, and he looks more William than the others. I have no idea. There are number tags here. That's X. Okay, are you actually? You are 54. Is that actually a thing? How did I not see that there before? If 54 is Syed, then those things matter. He is. Those things do matter. So that was the thing. I remember seeing this one, but I never checked the numbers. Why is this X? Wait a minute. Are these your hammocks? For this. Because this guy is one of the Russians that I have not identified. There's four. Okay, I have to go with that. I have to go with that. So he would be Alexei Toporov. Because he's right here, under its hammock numbered 47. Why would that be 3 triangles if that's not the case? No, that's like too obvious. It can't be 3 triangles with that. He just happens to be there. Can I do... No, wait. What are the... Syed at 54, 51, 52, 53. 51 is sleeping. Renfred is sleeping. $53. William is sleeping. That makes you, because you are talking, that makes you Abraham. But who are you? What? Okay, India, India, India. Is that guy actually... Is the rope a person? No, the rope... Ship steward is also from India. That's irrelevant. Why aren't I getting confirmed here? Was this the guy who got crushed under the load? Yeah, he gets his neck crushed. So I think actually I will change his cause of death into being crushed under cargo. I think that's more correct for him. I think this guy gets crushed under cargo. I'm not sure about that either. So you are Syed. $59, 38, 39, 40, 41. Why isn't that confirming correct? Wait a minute, if you are not, I'm saying you are Alexei. I'm saying you are 47. If I see someone sleeping in the 46, then that would be confirmed. There's no tag there. 37. $59, 38, 41, 39, 56, 55, 57, 58. I think you fell over, but again, that shouldn't be 3 triangles if that's if that would be that easy. I don't know. Am I completely off with this? These numbers must be in something now. 51 and 53. 51 and 53 are sleeping. Because he dies here. Syed, get up, drink something. So he has to be Indian. Okay, my pizza is actually already on the way. Wow. Alright, I will take a break when the pizza arrives. I probably need the brain reset here anyway. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, that's where those guys are alive. Where those guys are alive, so this is where they are, or are they alive? I don't know about that, but that's my best guess. So they are escaping here, so there's something about sailing east. So that they could actually end up in like Spain. Or just the Canary Islands, I don't know, or Africa. We will not take the last boat. You have a plan. We take ship and sail east, but I think they are talking about... They are talking about taking the whole ship, so this is not talking about the escape boat. So this is not a clue where they are escaping to. And of course I can't like really say that they are alive, but I see no other thing about it. I think the Canary Islands is then the kind of my final... I already said the Azores, that would be my final... That would be my final guess. But that is kinda close by. I don't remember, is Madeira part of Canary Islands? That's I don't know. But maybe my whole alive thing is just wrong. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that whole thing is wrong. So maybe that is something I will take a look at after I eat a couple of slices of pizza. Couple of slices of pizza and we'll have a deeper look at this. No, haven't solved anything. So they are being lowered there. They seem kind of fine. They seem kind of fine being lowered. Kind of fine being lowered. It's a big breakthrough was me untwisting my brain on the first mate, third mate, fourth mate. That was the last thing I solved. Then I thought I had something with hammock numbers, but I kinda didn't. I thought I did. Alright. Should I actually change this into him being shot? Because he was shot by someone. I know that, but he before that got spiked, and it has almost always been the case that if there are multiple possible things, because he got spiked and then he just continues. I don't know why he goes here, but he goes here and then he accidentally gets shot through the wall. So maybe I should change this into him being shot. But the problem is I don't know who that is. For sure. Soldiers of the Sea Part 7. I can actually look at... Okay, so that guy looks like that. Maybe, I don't know if this changes anything, but if I change this guy being shot instead of spiked, he was shot with a gun by that guy. Maybe that is more correct, even that it's accidents. It might be Possum's mate, actually. It's not that guy. Yeah, it is the Possum's mate, isn't it? So this was part 7, part 6. I'm going to say that that's the... I don't know who this is and I can't zoom on him. So I'm going to say that you were accidentally shot by the Possum's mates. So it had to be that one. And the Russian guy was correct. And we got this confirmation from the third mate. Okay. Okay, so I thought, because he got spiked earlier, I thought that would count as the cause of death, but you actually had to figure out the shot there. Because he accidentally gets shot through the wall there. Nice. That confirms the Russian guy. So that then confirms the one more Russian guy. There's only one Russian left. One Russian left who is this guy. So this guy has to be the last Russian. This one. And he was clawed by the beast, or he's overboard because of the beast. I might change those because those don't seem to be locking down, so the cause of death might be correct. And that's one of the... I have to start checking those that I have kind of set a cause of death and maybe kind of see if I can... because they are not always so clear to see, like the big chest magic thing was actually that they were burned. It didn't really look like flames. So I have to look at the causes of death. Causes of death then. So this guy, it says that he's so I'm going to, because this guy, it's overboard to his death. I'm going to say that this guy is also overboard because he was clawed by the mermaid, so I thought that would also count there. But I will call it a fell overboard as well. That's probably 10 more correct. Man, I really hope they actually not delivering my pizza this long after it was done. Or I hope that they have a good way to keep those. Okay, so this guy is not correct. It's not confirming that. Man, those are tricky. Okay, and if those guys are alive, I don't know, or where they are alive. That one will be later. So I have all these. How the hell do you differentiate the 4 China guys? There must be here something about their... Maybe there's an accent that I could identify the guy who gets electrocuted, and that would get one name off the list. And for some reason this is not confirming. I only have couple of non-Indian seamen here, right? See, I can't 100% sure put them in a category based on their position, because this Russian top man is playing cards with here with this guy. But why did I put this guy as a Russian? Because he was playing cards with... Am I actually wrong with that? Yeah, because he was playing cards there, so I was assuming that he's Russian, but was no, but it's actually showing them all here because they are sleeping in the hammocks. Interesting. Right, because this is the giver here, will ya? That might tell me the nationality of that guy. Huh. Okay, let's actually go with that.
On your toes.
Go back!
Here.
Pepe!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us.
Give it up!
Give it up. Who are you? Are you the one who's yelling? Because I have identified you. I don't know who you are. Oh, wait a minute, is it actually correct? You are... Yeah, you are Nichols, so the cause of death for you is correct. I don't know who you are. Lars was here. You didn't die to that, good job for you. No, this doesn't really give me anything. Okay, I feel that my brain is a little bit stuck. So I will take a break here. I think my pizza will arrive soon. This might be a little bit longer break, but we will continue. And of course, if you are here watching this live, there will be clips playing while I'm taking the break. But if you watch this on YouTube, I thank you for watching. See you in the next part. And as said for you guys here on Twitch, I will wait for my pizza. It should arrive like right now, but it might take a while. But I think my brain needs a reset, so this might be a little bit longer break. But as said, we will continue today. I will be playing the Obra Dinn for quite some time. Alright, D-Man, you take care, man. Good night. But yeah, I'll see all of you in a moment. Maybe 5, 10, maybe 10 minutes. Might be 15. Let's see.